Keely Chow, Roll Tide, my brother. Penny! It is Manquatch. Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Psycha Dwarf now. It's time to wake the neighbor's voice with Southern Viking. Hey y'all, it's the Lady Arwen Avalon. The Mad Doctor Adega Outlaw. France. Mohammed said, the evil mastermind behind everything, Scott Westbrook. It's the cat, y'all. It's the cat. A UK skull from Gary Vanda Sandwich Worthington. The immortal Ghost Rider. The Jester of Sin. Showback TJC, the Muppet from another puppet. Mephisto's movie reviews. Woo! Got everybody in there at the end. Oh, got everybody. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Weekend Review here on Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Tom Mookie. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a good turkey day, good Thanksgiving, and you're like, Logie, I don't want to get up. I'm turkey pie. I'm stomach.
All I know is my ass is doubled in size with all that damn pumpkin pie I scarfed down yesterday. I'm feeling weighted this morning. I'm sitting in this chair. It's like I don't want to move.
So is the BBC this morning. Makani Draw says, morning, Valhalla. No show today. Gonna get a video ready for later. It's all that pumpkin pie weighing him down. Good morning, Mac. Good to see you, brother. Oh, good to see you. Oh, no, that was Arwen. All the pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I'm defying gravity just by moving.
It's not possible. The gravitational pull. No, it's possible.
Good morning, y'all.
She has her own gravity field.
I do at this point.
My ass doubled in size. Arwen Avalon, 2024.
I'm not lying, y'all. I told Loki, I said by the time, because, we had pie, and then I kept going back. And by the end of the night, I realized, aside from 2 little slices of that damn pumpkin pie, I had all of it. So I am not kidding. Pumpkin pie is my kryptonite. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Topped with Cool Whip. Oh, my God.
Oh, you can't say that. You got to go Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Whip. Whip.
I like to use the stuff you can spray on from the can. That way, you can just tilt your head back and just squirt it down your throat.
Juster's Darth Arlena says, good morning, Valhalla. Good morning,
yeah,
Arlena.
Arlena. Well, Dave Bob, I use those for my coffee. The can, the creamy foam or coldy foam or whatever they call it. The creamy whip in the can, just spray it right on. I top my coffee sometimes with it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that stuff lasts forever. It'll last in your refrigerator for about 6 months. It's pretty good stuff.
Right after Arwen does whippets.
Mac. Yeah, Dave Bob, it lasts if you don't have a spawn.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, I bought one time. The little can thing with the ready for my coffee. I came in a day later. I swear that thing felt like a lot lighter. She comes moseying in there, and I'm like, "You've been sucking down on my whipped cream." No, I said, bull. She kind of started grinning. I'm like, you did. I opened the fridge and it looks so good. Now just take a shot. And then I take another one. I'm like, stop macking on my whipped cream. It's for my coffee. So yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like cruisers and stuff that have boats and they go out and they stay away from shore for a long time. They use that in place of fresh cream and milk and whatever because it lasts, like I said, refrigerated for about 6 months.
Yeah, you don't suck it down.
No, I was gonna get to this.
It says Cool Whip has a half-life of 20,000 years.
I was going to get to this first thing this morning because I didn't see it until after the stream ended yesterday. Jester Simpson in a $20 Rumble rant yesterday saying, "Happy Thanksgiving, all of Valhalla. Thank you, brother, so very much for kicking ass, for taking names, for keeping the lights on in Valhalla. All of you guys with your memberships, your super chats, everything you guys do keeps the lights on around here, keeps the show going each week after week, year after year. We're closing in on 5 years. 5 years in January. Thank you so very much. Jester, brother, this one is just for you. Long live the fighters in Valhalla. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
And where's Man Squatch? Are you responsible for this, Man Squatch?
I'm comfortable anyway.
I love my hair there. Oh my God. Loki doing the ginger trick again. Loki, your tats.
Digging it.
Your tats in these are so cool.
I do think that AI uses Anne Margaret as inspiration for R1.
And Margaret, I could kind of see that in there. Yeah, I could kind of see that. Not on me, I mean, y'all, but I mean in the pictures. I do not look like Anne Margaret.
Apparently, we're playing a Dave Bob game, like Death Rooster 9000.
Death by chicken.
I'll peck your eyes out.
Get off my lawn.
Arwen's ready. Arwen's ready to go.
I am.
And she's got mom jeans on.
I know, right? It's like, let's do this.
Looks kind of perky.
Oh my.
You do, Dave Bob. You do. There's more than one set of breasts in this picture. Dave Bob always brings the guns. Big old rooster.
Oh my God. Thank you, Man Squatch, so very much, brother.
Those are so good. And I want to say one thing. Arlena, you're in the chat. Does that mean you're flying solo? Call me. She's in the chat, y'all. That's good things. That means something good has happened. We need to talk.
Good night.
Rooster Fortnite. Yay.
The Furt Nerds. We're not bringing up the Furt Nerds. We actually are talking gaming today, so we might bring up the Furt Nerds.
Yay.
In the blue picture, you've got Cock of Duty, Southern Vengeance. Yes!
Oh my God. There's your tagline, Dave Bob.
Make gaming great again.
Love it.
I would totally buy that.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Okay, Wednesday. Cool. Okay. Good. Good. We're lighting a candle. We're holding that. We're gonna do it. Damn straight.
Okay. So have you guys heard about well, you both know who Ubisoft. Everybody out there knows who Ubisoft is, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
Yep. So they just recently made an announcement. More games are going to be doing this, ladies and gentlemen, where they're going, when they release the new Assassin's Creed Yasuke, which will be Assassin's Creed Shadow, No one cares about Yasuke now because the game is an absolutely disheveled state, and they're going to be monitoring what you have installed and what you are doing on your computer when their programs are installed on your PC.
All right, give me an example of why that would matter to them.
Because they want to know what apps you're running, and they will turn off the game. If there is an app they do not like, they will not let you launch the game from your PC. Basically controlling and handcuffing what you can have installed and what you can have running on your computer.
Well, it sounds like a very good reason not to be running any Ubisoft games.
Why do they care what apps you're running? That's what I don't understand.
Because they don't want you running anything that can be attached to their game, that can modify their game on the back end, that can change what's going on with your random access memory. And if you do something they don't like, they just shut your game off automatically.
I don't get it. You pay money for the game. You buy the game, you play the game, you both go your own merry way.
Nope.
Why the hell why does this matter?
According to Ubisoft, you will not own the games you lease from them, and you will like it and continue to buy their product.
Well, the next thing you know, they're going to be monitoring your social media. And if you say something or you support someone they don't like, they will shut your game down.
And you have to agree to this in the URL that you signed from them when you purchase and play your game. When you install your game, once you're done installing, the game will run for the first time, and you will have to accept their URL that specifically states you agree to let this program do all this junk on your computer behind the scenes without you having anything to say about it. They can shut down your system. They can shut down your game. They can control what you have on your computer, and you can't do anything about it if you want to play their game, which means there's only one answer, ladies and gentlemen. Do not buy their game. Do not buy their games. Do not buy anything Ubisoft. Do not purchase. 2K already does this, ladies and gentlemen. 2K24, which is the WWE game no one ever talks about, the wrestling game, they already do this. So 2K24, 2K23, WWE already has programs in place set up to monitor what you have installed on your PC, monitor what you are doing in the background while their game is running. And if there's anything in their system they don't like, they just shut your game off and say no.
Sounds a lot like the opening to the Twilight Zone.
No.
Well, here's what I want to know. Something had to have happened. There has to be an end game and a reason ultimately why they're doing this, because this sounds very extreme. It doesn't sound like something that A is the norm, or B that one day someone would just wake up and go, you know what, we're going to do this with all our games without some sort of why are they doing this? What is their purpose?
Let me explain.
Okay.
I will explain. Think of Ubisoft, and they're not the only ones doing this. Again, ladies and gentlemen, 2K already does this. Wanting you to play their game on rails. What does that mean? That means that they want to control your experience and control what you can and cannot do while you play their game.
No right turns.
Okay? There are no right turns. There are no random off ramps. There are no, oh, well, I was doing this and I accidentally blah, blah, blah. None of that. They want to completely control your experience and what you see, hear, and feel while you play their game. Which means that you can't have anything going on that they don't want in the background. No mods, no nothing. They control everything. They control everything you see and hear in their game.
God, that sounds like the Twilight Zone.
It does. And just from a player standpoint, how the hell am I going to get the experience that I'm meant to have? And how am I going to be able to organically review the game, test the game, see if I enjoy the game, if they're controlling everything that I do and what everyone else is? I don't understand it. What are they getting out of it? What is
They're
their
getting
benefit
that you
to it?
cannot in any way, shape, or form modify your experience with their game. See, what a lot of us do, and this is a gamer thing that goes back, we tailor our games to our wants and needs.
Of course.
Make boob armor great again, right? Well, one of the things you can't do is you can't go into, like, let's say Diablo 4 and change the outfits to have little skimpier boob armor and the things that you want in the game. Why? Because you're constantly connected to an online connection. That means that the game is phoning home all the time. One of the ways around that is you trick the game into thinking it has phoned home and it has talked to mama to get permission for you to do whatever you want to do. You can't do that anymore with this. So if you don't want someone to change the experience of game, if you don't want them coming in and tailoring the game to fit their desired experiences, one of the things you do is you put the game on rails. You make sure there's absolutely positively no way that anything can be altered, and they're only getting exactly what you sold, you rented them, leased them, whatever, because you're really not buying games anymore. You're leasing them.
Well, honestly, I don't know that I would have started playing Skyrim without mods, because it took me literally 2 hours to create my character, because my husband had loaded so many mods into hairstyling and clothing and all this. And I got actually so into the idea of Skyrim just by creating my character that's like all I played for a year was exclusively Skyrim, and we played every day.
Yeah.
I would look like a stick figure if that was the case.
And thank you, Rosie. Rosie 6486 has subscribed to the channel. Thank you so very much, Rosie. Skull, tuck and roll, and it is good to see you.
See, honestly, I am so sick of this, scantily clad and TNA argument for games, because to me, when that's all people focus on, they're watering down what people are saying. They're saying, look, we just like attractive things. It's not even really about the boobs. I think the boobs has become such a forefront because these companies are fighting so hard against it. It's like with all this DEI crap. It's
look at them. The new movie with Tomb Raider. Who are they having play the main character?
Oh, it's going to be that one chick from Game of Thrones, the redhead that played Sansa.
Absolutely flat as a board.
Laura Croft, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't see it, but I'm not making the movie. But anyway, so yeah, are there some gross mods out there? Sure. There's gross everything out there. It's the world and it's the internet. But for the most part, is that their main? Is that the craw in their butt? The mods? They don't want anything modded?
It's not just the mods. So they don't want anything. Okay, so this is how it works. When you boot up a game, your random access memory starts allocating what's going to run what. Okay? This is not, it's not necessarily the brain running everything, but this is your horsepower along with the video card. But your RAM controls a lot. So as your random access memory is being filled with information to run the game, boot the game, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. You can manipulate that to have the game do things that you want it to do that it wasn't necessarily designed to do.
Okay.
But there are also programs that the game can go, I don't like that. Let's say you've got Twitter installed on your computer. Let's say you've got a Twitter app installed on your computer, and the game's like, you have Twitter running in the background. Shut down Twitter or I'm not going to load.
Now that I don't understand, but
let's say you have a capture card and you have a program running capturing the information from your screen, and the game sees that and it knows that you have video capture technology running to record the game, and it says we put in our URL that you can't do that. We're not going to let you do that, and it just shuts off. It just shuts off and sends you to a warning screen.
So if they
let me pull up an example.
Yeah. Because usually when I'm playing,
I wish I had just had it installed on my computer because I don't do 2K anymore. But yeah.
Well, I always have a browser up because sometimes in some games I'll get stumped and I'll flip out of the game and I'll go check out, okay, where am I supposed to go for this? I'm lost in this quest. I mean, so they could technically be like, no browsing and
Well, I
shut
got
down my game.
128 gigabytes of RAM in my computer. There's always something running in the background.
That's Man Squatch Game Genie. Yes, I do remember the Game Genie. Absolutely.
So this is where it takes
I
you.
loved it.
If you do anything to alter anything or have anything running in the background that they don't like when you load up any 2K game, it loads up this exact website. This is 2K Code of Conduct for Fair Play. Okay. Note, every player accepts the terms of service prior to accessing online features for any 2K game. The problem is it's shutting down even if you're offline. So it has nothing to do with any online features. They are just limiting what you can have running on your computer while you play this game. So when this game, any of the brand new 2K games boot up, if it sees something it does not like you running on your computer, this is where it kicks you. 2K takes player conduct and fairness very seriously, engaging in toxic behavior, cheating, or any other actions aimed at gaining an unfair advantage in a game published by 2K not only diminishes the quality of the game, but also harms the experience for the entire community. Players who violate our terms of service and or this 2K player code of conduct may face corrective actions, ranging from initial warning, temporary suspension, or permanent ban. This means they just took your game away that you just paid good money for. And some of these games are a lot of money. I know the WWE 2K24 games, they're like $130 now. Yeah, prohibited behavior, purchasing, selling, transferring account, purchasing any in-game currency farming, purchasing, selling, or transferring, building or using bots, hacking or attempting to hack the game in any form or fashion. This means even offline, even if you're not affecting anyone else. This is my problem right here. This right here. If you alter the game in any way, shape, or form, you're spooged. It won't load up. It'll just dump you to the screen, even if you're offline. Using mods right here. Using mods or any other software. Mods.
Who are they protecting and all?
They're forcing you to play the game the way they want you to play the game. It's not about protecting you. It's not about protecting anybody else. It's not even about protecting themselves. It's about forcing you down a specific hallway and saying there are no right or left turns. You have to go this way and you have to do it the way we want you to do it, not the way you want to do it.
Everything.
I mean, I get the using mods or software to gain an unfair advantage. I get that.
In single player?
But
yeah.
Well, I was going to say, however, they're making it sound like any kind of mod, like a fashion mod or an appearance mod. Those don't change or give anyone an unfair advantage. They just make you feel pretty and make you feel like, ooh, I am my character. I'm going to go slay the world. You know what I mean? I don't, that is conflated. And that makes no sense because that's actually, good advertisement for their game. Because I said, I wanted to play Skyrim because I was able to mod the hell out of my character.
Last year, when I got 2K23, because that's the last one I'm ever going to own. When I got 2K23, it did not start out this way. So all this wasn't up yet. So you could mod. I added music. That's one of the things I did. Why? Because I want my guys to have the correct music. I want my guys and girls, plus creating your own character and having Loki's intro music from Shocked. That was a big thing. I was like, yeah, I want my entrance music to be the opening to Mornings of Mischief. Because hey, why not? Mm-hmm. I'm banned and I can't play the game because they don't like what I did.
God.
And that turned on later. That got turned on later. That didn't come with the game. That got added on later, and then they incorporated it into 24 before they ever came out with it. So that's a midlife upgrade. Boom, the game starts crashing. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Well, it was in an app. It was literally an app I had on my computer that 2K didn't like. And they were like, and this is not an online cheating app. This is just something for my own personal use. This does not affect anybody else's game. It doesn't affect anyone else's experience but my own. It was a program that I used to change the pack files so that I could play my own music, because you can't upload your own music. They're like, no. Something you could do back in the PS3 era.
Oh,
the Xbox
God.
360
Yeah. You can't even do your own music now?
You can't even do your own music now because they don't want you altering your experience whatsoever. This is what 2K does. This is what Ubisoft is doing with Assassin's Creed Shadow Yasuke Edition. Yeah.
I don't get it. Don't they realize, though, if I'm altering my experience to enhance it and better it on my end, I'm going to get more enjoyment out of the game, and I'm going to go around and yak about how freaking great this game is. Doesn't matter that I've designed my own skin or I've, using my own music. It's still a positive experience for the game.
Sounds like the pathway to hell.
This is great advertising for them. Am I missing something?
Uploading or sharing content that is illegal. Okay, I can agree to that. Okay. Offensive, I can't agree to that. Inappropriate, can't agree to that. Lewd, can't agree to that. Otherwise harmful. You need to define what your definition of harmful is.
Right.
Such as nudity. If no one else sees it, what's the problem? Profanity, grow the fuck up, everybody cusses. Racism, there isn't rampant racism in this country. Hate speech, oh my God, really, we have an amendment that covers this where we have freedom of speech. Misogyny. Misogyny.
Of course that's in there. Oh my God, if that's not the big waving the red flag, I don't know what is.
Someone took the bathwater out with the baby.
It sounds exactly like the DNC has written all of this in.
Yes.
There. Oh, yes. Y'all, I'm sorry. I got a phone call from my parents. I'll be right back.
Okay. Go ahead, Dave Bob.
Well, I'm just saying, that is so far left of anything that we as a country have stood for generations. I can't even imagine anybody putting that kind of crap in their rules of engagement.
Oh yeah. For anybody that's like, Loki, are they really going to do that over at Ubisoft? There you go. De novo and mandatory Ubisoft account linking. As Ubisoft prepares to launch, blah, 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 blah. Steam. If you're in any way familiar with gaming industry or read the title of this article, then you've most likely already guessed. One of the Sabbats, and yes, the PC version of Assassin's Creed will feature de novo, a controversial DRM software detested by community for negatively affecting loading times and frame rates in games. Sometimes de novo creator, I hate this son of a bitch, blaming its low reputation on pirates and gamers, those evil gamers.
Who the hell pays your bills? Who the hell pays your bills?
They hate you. They hate all of you. All you gamers out there, all you people that love video games, the people that make these games hate you. They need competition to kick them in the ass and get their ass in line. And that's exactly what they need. They need competition from Elon. They need competition from people that aren't in their little circle jerk of circles, because that's where they all are, whether it's Ubisoft, whether it's EA, whether whoever the hell it is. They are in a nice little circle jerk with each other going, hey, aren't we giving it to the gamers? And it is time. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to poo-poo on all of this and get them some real competition, because they aren't competing with each other. They are competing to screw you over.
Sounds like a sure way to head down the trail of absolute brokenness. I mean, they're going to break themselves. People are just going to start leaving in droves.
That's right. The second spot relates to another requirement the community generally dislikes: the mandatory account linking to the studio's Ubisoft Connect platform when buying Assassin's Creed Shadows on Steam. Even though, much like the Nuvo, this isn't anything new for Ubisoft fans, it will negatively affect the impact of the game because people don't want to link their shit. They don't want to link their shit to everything. They don't want to have everything connected. Do you know what I had to do? Do you know what I had to do when I bought Diablo 2, the Resurrected on Switch? I had to link that to my Blizzard account before it would even let me get past the press start screen.
Jeez.
Do you know what that means? That means that a game with a completely offline single player function would not let me play it, and this is on Nintendo, without linking my account. Didn't matter whether I was online. It didn't matter what I was doing. It didn't matter if I didn't have an internet connection. It will dump you back to the opening screen if you do not connect your account for Blizzard when you get your game.
That's stupid.
What does that tell you?
That's stupid. An offline single player game. Why do they care? Well, we know why they care, obviously, at this point.
I can install that game on my computer and not link my account and play the game. But on a Nintendo Switch,
wow,
if it is not online, it will not let you boot up and play that game without linking your Blizzard account. Talk about a giant pain in the ass. Imagine you like get the game and you're like out in the middle of nowhere and you got your handheld and you're like, oh, this is the reason why I love my handheld, because I get to play my game. You put the game in, go to load it up, and it's like, nah, bitch. If you can't connect to the internet, you ain't playing this game. But it has an offline single player mode. Yeah, but we don't care. We don't want you accessing unless you link your account.
That's crazy. That makes no sense.
They want your data, ladies and gentlemen. They want access to your information. They want your data. They want your name. They want to know who's playing and why you're playing. And if you play it in any way, shape, or form, the way they disagree with, I haven't said the magic word, DEI woke bullshit, then they'll dump you and you don't get to play the game.
It's really fun. It's really funny. There's so many times that I'll go online and look up something that I'm interested in, you know, some kind of device or whatever. And the next thing you know, my wife's phone is popping up with what I just looked at.
That's creepy.
Okay,
That's creepy.
So why is the game doing all this, Loki? Well, it goes back to, does anybody remember XCOM? Did anybody play XCOM back in the day, the alien invasion game? Anybody? Okay, well, one of the things XCOM does is when it loads up, it phones home and it talks to mama. Now, the reason why it phones home and it talks to mama is they wanted to keep track of how many people played the game, how many people started games they never finished, how many aliens were destroyed, how many cities were saved, how many times you finished the game. And they found out that only like a paltry 5% of players actually beat the game. So when they made their second game, XCOM 2, the aliens had won.
Wait,
you had to take back Earth from the aliens because guess what? Only 5% of you mugs finished the game.
Okay.
So they went, you know what? That's perfect. That's the way we're going to go. You lost. You're the commander or the general or whatever, and you lost the first game because only 5% actually finished it.
Okay.
So, they actually turned the first game into an AI training program for the aliens to learn how to beat the humans. So basically, they had you, the commander, locked in this like tank, this like suspension tank, and they were using your brain to run through all the variables of defeating people.
Oh my God.
It was really cool how they spun it. But
well,
that's
really, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. All you have to do is just use the wrong pronouns and, you win.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these things they're saying, no, 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 no to are subjective. I mean, I could say to someone, "Oh, you fluff nutter." I'm going to offend somebody somewhere in the world. And then if they're offended and they say that's hate speech, and I mean, nowadays there is no, yes, you're right, that's bad talk. No, that's just getting your feels talk. There is a difference, but it's all conflated and it's all blurred. And if it's up to the game, well, all somebody would have to do is say, I got my feelings hurt, I'm offended, and they're going to side with that because that's where we are now.
So here's the coup de grace. Here's the cherry on top. To top it all off, Shadow's EULA also includes a provision that allows the game to monitor your PC's RAM to ensure you're not running any unauthorized programs like macros, cheats, hacks, a well-intentioned clause that nonetheless feels a touch out of place in a single player game.
Oh my God.
And could potentially scare off some of the more suspicious players who aren't comfortable with their hardware being monitored constantly without their permission by Assassin's Creed. Because do you know what they're going to do? They're going to just say, do you agree to the EULA? They're not going to point this out to anyone. They are not going to point this out to anyone. The only reason why we know this is some intelligent motherfuckers have done their due diligent work ahead of time, read through the entire EULA, and said they are going to bend you over 9 ways from Friday because they don't give a shit about your rights. They only care about theirs. They do not care about the fact that you paid for this game. They just want your money, and they want to keep making the same bullshit they've been making the last decade, and we are done with that bullshit. We are done. You come out with this game in February on Black History Month and do Valentine's Day. No one's buying your bullshit.
Wow. And they will have full control. I mean,
and they will have full control.
I really do not believe, maybe I don't think anything's with good intention anymore. I think it's either about money or it's about power.
They aren't even going to hand you a loofah, Undead Ramen, and let you clean up afterwards.
Oh, God. But yeah, they're not exactly going to sit there and be like, okay, these are really the bad things for our game. The rest of the stuff we don't care about. No, it's just going to be like somebody's running something, lock. They're not going to actually investigate everything they say that they're going to do. It's just going to be like a general, if you're running something, we'll just lock you out of the game. It's going to have to be that simple for them.
And gesture anti-cheat isn't even close to as creepy as this is, because I can disable anti-cheat. I can prevent anti-cheat from running. I can bypass anti-cheat and still run a single player game. This, you can't do that. It will constantly monitor what your system is doing. It will constantly check what's going on, and there's no way to turn that shit off or bypass it. Anti-cheat, I can block and redirect and keep it in an infinite loop in itself, thinking that it's talking to itself. This, you can't do that. That is why this is here, is to prevent people from doing what most of us gamers can do with anti-cheat. When Microsoft rolled that shit out for the Master Chief Collection, I said, oh, no, you don't, bitch. Oh, no, you don't. Wow. All you have to do is modify the exe to keep anti-cheat in an infinite loop, just talking to itself and not doing anything on your computer.
Sounds like some programming needs to be implemented that...
You can't. That's why it's monitoring your RAM. You can't do
that. Yeah, you're stuck either way.
You can't do that because it's monitoring everything you're doing on your computer. So it immediately knows, oh, this is not where it's supposed to be. No game. And it dumps you to that warning screen. It dumps you to that crash screen and says, hey, you've done something because you're here. Eat it. You're lucky you're not banned forever. And if you get too many of those, like with 2K, if your game keeps crashing and going to that screen, eventually they'll be like, we don't give a shit how much you paid for your game. You can't run it anymore. And they will not give you a refund for your game. Doesn't matter if you've got 5 minutes in it. Doesn't matter whether you've got 50 hours in it. They will not give you a refund because
they're just going to take their toys and go home.
Yeah.
Yep.
You check the box, and that's, you signed our agreement, whatever.
Sounds like a damn 3-year-old.
Yep. And this is why there has to be more competition. Now, Elon coming out swinging, make gaming great again, has said, I think it's high time y'all have some competition. I think it's high time that y'all have some real competition. So I'm gonna make a gaming division here over on X, and we're gonna pump out some video games. And you know what? I can totally see some boob armor wearing badasses coming out and making games great again, because you don't want it. He said it himself. He said, hold on 1 second. Let me get this. He said, it's really annoying when a video game gets interrupted by some DEI woke bullshit. He's going to change that with XAI, his new gaming division. Thank you so much, Elon, you absolute madman.
He is that. My God, he's got hands in every pie, and he's actually creating things. I don't agree with all of his creations, aka looking at you, robots, but I get it. Go Elon. I mean, say what you will about him, but damn.
Elon doesn't like manned fighters anymore. He says they wouldn't last a minute with AI.
Did you see the drones?
Yeah.
You know that's China. That's not the US.
No.
That wasn't a picture that happened in the US. That was China with like millions of drones in the air, to where it's basically like a wall of drones. You ain't getting past that. Flying in perfect harmony with each other. Mm-mm.
You know how you beat that? With an EMP.
Yeah. What if they're protected?
Oh, Lord, y'all.
All they have to be is shielded. You just got to shield them from an EMP, and that shit ain't going away.
It's science fiction playing out before our very eyes. Damn.
The dude is just too fucking smart for his own good.
Right, Arlena? Robots in our home for $20,000. I mean, who would have thought in our lifetime we'd ever see something like that? Something viable. I don't know.
Creepy.
But he is smart. And, he's also very hands-on with stuff. He's paying attention. But
so the God of War co-creator has blamed all of you.
No.
He's blamed Dave Bob. He's blamed Arwen Avalon. He's blamed Arlena. He's blamed Gesture of Sin. He's blamed anybody who's gone on YouTube in the past year. He blames for the absolutely dismal release of Dragon Age Veilguard. You're all assholes.
You damn straight you could blame me. I didn't buy that crap.
Baby. I am an asshole.
I didn't buy it. Okay, I'll take that blame because it looked like crap. It looked stupid. No. Fine, blame me. I could sleep at night.
And you know why? You know why they're doing this? Because they're all working together right now to do this. Okay? So basically they've signed an agreement. This means EA. This means 2K. All of these companies, Sony and Microsoft, mind you, don't leave Microsoft out, have signed an agreement saying we're all going to work on this together, and we're going to make games woke as fuck. And we're all going to do it, and we're all going to get in line. That way, no one steps out of line and makes badass chick with boob armor and sells 9 million copies. Now, who is not connected to that? Companies outside of their sphere of circle jerkers, like the game companies in Korea, game companies in China. They're forcing Japan. They are forcing Japan to get in line and saying, if you do not get in line, we will not release your game in America.
Come on, Japan. Stand strong. Stand strong.
Co-creator of Dragon Quest let this slip in an interview, which has been erased from the internet. We went over it here right on this channel, quote for quote. If you go back, you'll find it. Just look up the Dragon Quest stuff on my channel. The co-creator of Dragon Quest said, we are not allowed to release a game without pronouns, without type A, type B body types instead of male and female. So you know what they did? You know what this mad lad son of a bitch did? He made it to where, yeah, okay, fine. You want this type A, type B body shit? We'll give it to you. But after you click on one, it says, this is the hero, not the heroine. Are you sure this is the choice you want to make? And I was like, oh, bravo. Bravo. Thank you so very much. If you pick the type B body type, this is the heroine, not the hero. Are you sure this is? And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you so very much. Why? Because they are being told this game will not release in the US unless you have this. And he does not understand. And he is being told the US has very simple customers. And they have to have this, otherwise they won't let the game release because they're so simple. That is what they are being told in Japan by these companies, by Sweet Baby Inc. Oh no, Americans are far too sensitive to know what a male and a female is.
We don't know what male, female. We go plan A, plan B. We understand A and B.
So you have to have plan A and plan B. You have to go in, and he said, this makes no sense. I don't understand this. How can they, know which one is? But also, they altered the way the female character looks, so it looks like a dude. So get a load of this. The male character looks exactly like the female character, except the male has like eyebrows. The female doesn't. That's the difference in the body type, because it's an HD pixel, like remake, remaster, whatever. It's not like you can see the curves in the person anyway. So they look almost exactly alike, except the dude has little black like B eyebrows and the girl doesn't.
Yeah, it's all about the eyebrows, y'all. That's what makes this distinct.
Why? Because and the outfit the girl was supposed to wear is in the game. If you find a female warrior, the female warrior in the game that you can hire to join your group is wearing the outfit that the female hero is supposed to wear.
Oh my God.
Female hero is not wearing that anymore. She's wearing the same armor and has the exact same look as the male hero, except she doesn't have little black eyebrows. And this was forced. This was forced on their game. And he said, I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on anymore. He said, maybe I'm old and I just don't understand current day, but it seems very silly to force a type A and a type B body when it's just male and female. And we're going to explain this is the hero character, not the heroine. Are you sure this is the one you want to pick?
It sounds
they
like
erased
a lot
that
more work.
all from the internet, that interview, because of how damaging it was and the information that was being let out. Japan doesn't want to do this. Companies like Square do not want to do this. Companies that are over in Japan do not want to follow these rules, and they do not understand it.
Because
they're being told it will not ever see a release in the States if you do not do this.
That sounds like blackmail.
That is blackmail. And that's exactly what the head of Sweet Baby told them to do, is you blackmail them into doing what you want.
Poor Japan. I could see them sitting over there going, okay, it's the United States of America. We're not talking about a little country that's still in its, third world of existence. We're talking the United States, and they're so simple they can't tell the difference between male and female. I mean, poor Japan. I could see them scratching their heads going, what?
Yeah, this
I
is
don't
all
understand.
this has all been put on us. We cannot comprehend what a male and a female is.
Oh my
You
God.
cannot have that in the game. It must be changed. Now here's the bad news. Because he did this interview and because he said all this, he will not have anything to do with game development in the future. This is an old man that created something that came out on PC back in the day and Nintendo. I think it was the MSX. It was the Microsoft MSX. It came out on Nintendo. He will never see another game release for the rest of his life because of this interview that he did. He's basically been blacklisted.
Seriously?
Seriously. He will not see, he will at least not see a game release in the US for the foreseeable future. At the very least.
Meddling.
Because he spoke up. He spoke out of turn. He let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
He let the proverbial cat out of the bag. As much as everybody wants to down on Square Enix, this guy works for Square. He's worked for Square from the beginning. And this is what they are being told in Japan. If you do not conform to the way we want you to do things, your game will never see a release in America. And that's a huge loss of revenue for them. It's not even worth coming out with the game. So basically they are being, their hands are being tied and they're being told, if you don't do what we want, your game will never see the light of day. Now Elon's come along and said, I'm going to do my own thing. And you know what? Fight them. Korea is fighting them. All the games coming around, Korea, Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong, all these companies are going to go to war with these American versions so that they can reign supreme. Why? Because they're allowing the skimpy outfits. They allow the boob armor. They are making games great again. And Elon's going to be right there doing the exact same thing because he is sick and tired of this bullshit. Arwen, have you ever played Diablo?
I have not, but I've watched it. But I've not.
Hey, Bob, have you ever played Diablo?
No.
I'm a huge Diablo fan. I love Diablo. I played the first one on PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I still have my copy. It is over there. It's one of the rare, super rare games for PlayStation 1. I played it there. I played Diablo 2 on PC. I got the expansion for that. I played the shit out of Diablo 3, even though the game started out bad. I have played Diablo 4, and I can tell you this right now. The story in Diablo 4 is absolutely, positively up its own ass with bullshit. It is one of the most horrible game stories I've ever seen, but the gameplay is absolutely 100% addicting as shit. Okay? When I load up my pyromancer and I'm like, oh, it's time to burn the world down, I go out there and I will lose myself for hours at a time. Killing, maiming, burning shit, going, I'm gonna set the world on fire. And I have an absolutely awesome freaking time. But I don't play the story. Why don't I play the story? Because the story absolutely sucks and it's a slog to get through. Because they inserted a whole bunch of shit and made a girl, like a 16-year-old girl, the key to everything. And when they brought Lilith back and they brought an Anarius in, they made an angel, an angelic warrior of virtue and truth and honor and loyalty into an absolute cuck simp who's pissed that Lilith ran off and left him and is so angry about it, he wants to go to hell and stick a spear in her heart.
Okay.
And all of heaven is like, we don't care. So in the end, when she shoves a spear in his heart and kills him, and he's like waiting for them to get him and save him, And they're like,
Oh my God. Nope.
It is one of the worst stories. It is the worst story they've ever done. I love this. I love the story Blizzard gave us through 3 games. I do. I love it. The thing with the Nephilim in 3, that story's great. The Nephilim story's great. What they did with Deckard Cain and my girl that gets transformed into Diablo, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love the story. Diablo 4 story sucks, but the game's great. I'm gonna summon Hydra. They're gonna throw fires and balls at you while I'm like, flame on, bitches.
Yeah, that would be cool. I have to admit. So many Hydras would be nice.
But the rest of the game sucks ass. Being a necromancer, having an army of the dead follow you around, killing things for you as you're like, oh, what's on the agenda today? I'll go kill them. Thank you. That is absolutely badass. I love it. The graphics are great. The game looks great. All the updates they've done, I can completely craft a character to my specifications the way I want them to be badass because I earned it. That is what we want. Thank you, Blizzard. You finally got it. We can completely tailor our character to the way we want them to be. Chef's kiss. But the story still sucks ass. So anytime I bring it up, people are like, Diablo, really? I'm like, well, Elon likes it too, so suck it. But still, the gameplay is addicting. The gameplay is fun. Doing runs, doing dungeon crawls, doing nightmare dungeons, all of that is absolutely great. It's just, God help me, guys. You're not helping me by making this. Oh, Niala is the key to everything. The little Chinese girl that mother sacrificed. Oh, the drama and the bullshit of this story, where she's like, Mom, I'm like, your mother fed you to Lilith. Your mother left you and abandoned you because you wouldn't sacrifice yourself to a demon goddess thing. Okay? Do you understand how low your mother is on the I give a fuck totem pole?
Yeah, right.
And she's like, Mom, I miss you. And I'm like, oh, you insufferable twat.
My God. Girl pair.
On that note, we're gonna what do you got coming up, Arwen?
I'm not sure. I don't think there's FactTube tonight. I'm not sure. I think we may be doing a pub chats tomorrow on Fat Steven's Rumble channel in lieu of that. But again, stay tuned, y'all. It's the weekend. Like the, sands of time, things shift. So we'll be around though.
Hey, Bob.
No plans.
No plans. Kay Roberts says, how come they can't go to an alternate U.S. market? Why can't SBI be sued for gatekeeping to establish a monopoly? I'm not saying they can't, Kay Roberts. I'm saying that this is what they're being told. This is the story they are being fed. They are being told this will never see a U.S. release if you do not do this and this.
Wow. So
you have to get in line and follow the guidelines. Otherwise, the game will never release. This is also part of the ESRB, everyone. This is the ratings board. Now determines what you can and you can't do in a game. The ratings board was created so that you could have artistic freedom in gaming. Because they were going to take that away. The U.S. government was going to take that away. Well, guess what they've done? The U.S. government is now in control of your games, and they're taking away what you can and can't do in a game. I honestly believe SBI is paid by the United States government. That the United States government is paying these companies to control what kind of content you're seeing, what kind of games you get to play, and all the information that's being fed to you. Why? Because the left wants to control everything. We will control what you see and hear.
Wow, yeah.
And we're out of here. Guys, I do not know if there will be a late show tonight. I have not talked to Snowdub, but I will. So, guys, keep your eyes out. We may go live. We may not go live. I don't know yet, but take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we will see you on the next Week in Review here on Mornings of Mischief. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.